Good evening, everybody. Yeah, just waiting for the guys to get themselves lined up before we start the stream. Obviously, still some guys coming in, so can't wait. It is the German Grand Prix, and what an evening it's going to be lined up for this evening here on the South African Academy Online Racing Esports Series Season 7. I can tell you now, it is the third. Oh, maybe I might be wrong. I think it is actually the second of the third, which is Monday evening racing here on the South African Academy Online Racing. So as I said, we're just lining up, getting the guys ready, and we'll be starting in a couple of minutes. Round about 2 minutes to go, so sit back, relax. Thank you for joining us on the stream this evening. If you have joined us already, great to have you on board with us. Radio, 1 minute to go, just on the countdown here at the moment. So, yep, starting at 8 sharp and moving our way through. Yes, it is the race number 6, the German Grand Prix here on the South African Academy of Online Racing. And yeah, just having a look at the lineup this evening, it looks as though we have quite a nice full house with respect to the drivers that are in this league. So currently 15 drivers getting themselves in the ready position. So it looks as though we've got a bit of rain in Germany, so let's have a look at what effect that's going to have on us this evening. Lots of guys readied up and ready to go here this evening, so we'll be taking you through the paces, and obviously we've got quali session, and it is a short quali. And it looks as though, just having a look at the lineup, it looks as though we've lost 2 guys already this evening. 15 guys we're going to start, but it seems as though we've had a bit of a disconnect already. Hopefully they can get themselves back into the race, and we'll be on our way in a couple of minutes. So just having a look at the lineup. Yes, in the top position there we can see a driver already coming out. And it looks as though it's going to be Lee van Rooyen, who's out on the German Grand Prix track. As you can see him in the Haas coming out there, leaving the pit lanes. Looks as though he's got particular tyre setting, the intermediates it looks like. I just want to have a look there. It looks as though Carter Boy 45 has joined, as well as Carter Boy 55. They've joined. So good to have them back. Probably they're going to be starting at the back of the grid, because they did not, they got kicked out, unfortunately, of the session where it is the quali session at the moment. So I think the guys are going to be looking to see what they can do on the track this evening. It looks like they also have to be driving quite carefully this evening, because it's going to be a bit of a wet one for this session. Just going back just to have a look who's out there. Got a couple of guys on the outer laps at the moment. Just going through the lineup as we carry on. Nice to see Ranger in. There we go. Jose in the Reynolds, car number 30. We've got Hugh Boucher also with us in the McLaren F1. Nice to see him out on the track this evening. And then Nesmax in the Race Point. He's out this evening, number 90. Keep an eye out for Nesmax this evening. And then, quite interesting, F1 Ronnie, which is our old friend who's changed Boinkies. It's been Boinkies, Ronald LaRue, and now it's F1 Ronnie. So Ronnie changing his name there. We've got Vino for real. Great stuff. Nice to see you on board this evening as we go through what's actually taking place. I just want to go up. As you can see, we've got Nor Raider. Great to have you on board with us, Nor. And let's just have a look at the menu side of things. Just give you a bit of telematics, as well as the map, as well as who is where. We can have a look on the intermediates this evening. A bit of a yellow flag already out there on the track. Not too sure which sector it is. Yes, it is. We're coming through it right now. So there was a mishap just in this area. Seems as though everything seems to be okay. I don't know who's quite out, but maybe let's go on board with Nor Raider just to have a look now. And quite an interesting one. Just to give you hopefully the sound is okay. Just out on the track with Nor Raider at the moment. Just having a look where he is. Let me put some telematics back on. There we go, spectator menu up. So on with Norrade at the moment, you can see he's just put on a 123.804. Good time in the wet, as well as Jose with a 123.824. Lee van Rooyen just put in a 123.847. So quite close racing, as well as Nesmax putting a 124.258. I don't think that's going to be slowing him down much. We'll see how that all goes this evening. And yeah, it looks as though Raptor 13V is with us. Great to have you back with us. And hopefully you're going to be strutting your stuff this evening here on the South African Academy Online Racing. There we go. Nesmax comes back with a 123.268. Nice time from him. Knew there was going to be a change there, and there it comes. Definitely 10 minutes left in this racing. If the Carter boys are watching the stream, why don't you try and get back in? You might not do the quali session, but you'll definitely come back into the race. You might start at the back of the grid, but at least you'll be racing this evening. I mean, that's possibly an option for you guys. So get yourself back into the race, and hopefully you can sort out a couple of things there as well. Yep, it's all up to the racing this evening. As you can see, Norrade going in. Maybe he's going to make some changes to see if he can come back and catch Nesmax with his time this evening. I mean, it's just 400ths of a second maybe that's required there. Less than 400ths of a second. So let's see what he can put himself. Maybe he'll make some changes in the pits and see if he can get himself back going. There we go. Obviously, Lee van Rooyen back into the pits. And we're on board with Jose, who's currently on third position on the pole at the moment. Does he come back with something really awesome and puts the cat amongst the pigeons, gets himself into that top spot? Let's have a look and see. We'll stay on board with him, and maybe just so you can have some understanding of the conditions at the moment. You can see it is quite hair-raising, but I'm sure there's definitely going to be a difference in his approach down the straight as he comes into quite a heavy 90 degree, then straight down into another 90 degree on the 50 board mark. Pulls it back. Now it's going to be a left-hander. Pushes it through. Then obviously coming down now, there's a sort of a sweep to the right towards the end here. So we're going to be a right, totally right, coming back around about 180 degrees. Then flat out, as fast as you can go. A slight kink to the right. Got to keep on, watch the curve, and then you're going to go left into a 90 degree, and then directly after that you're going to go into another right, and then you hang on for dear life down the straight here, and then you can see the DRS zone there coming through, nicely handled, pushing it, keeping it tight, looking to keep a little bit off there, but I'm sure he'll correct that during his drive. And then another right-hander, and then straight down through start finish, and that is that. And you can see that's just put him on the top spot. So great drive from him. A little bit of an error. Nesmax down into second position now on the polls. So he'll be looking to come back now after that particular great drive from Jose. We were on board with him all the way, so great drive. See Jose diving into the pit right now. Watching himself. Don't get a penalty there. Nicely done. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Nesmax to the forefront now. He's going to be looking to see if he can better his time. And this could be an interesting one per se. I'll be interested to see what he's going to be putting up now. Bring back that challenge. But no Raider, fantastic time from him at 122 now. I mean, that just shows you the talent that we have here on the South African Academy Online Racing. They're really in the wet. He puts on a 122.521. So let's see what happens now. You can see already a better time from Nesmax because he's just pushed down Jose just to say I'm here. And as I said, that cat amongst the pigeons has definitely now prompted these guys to show what they're made of and to give us some exciting racing this evening. Let's not underestimate Lee van Rooyen. I can tell you now, he's going to be looking at that card to see if he can put something together. Who also, I'm very much sure that F1 Ronnie is also going to have a look at that times and see if he can put a better one there. Vino for real. I mean, also don't underestimate Vino. He can strut the stuff as well, and I'm sure he'll be looking to see what he can do. Here we go. Nice drive so far from Nesmax. Going to keep it tight. Now he's going to accelerate out. Going to push it back. You can see Van Rooyen's just gone up there. Nice stuff from him. He's put himself into third position. Nicely done. Pitting. So nice drive from him at the moment. I just want to see what he's done. Yes, Carter Boy's just joined back in. Hopefully he stays in now because that will mean he'll race. If he goes out after the 3 minutes, which it is now, 3 minutes 11 seconds, he won't be racing this evening. And hopefully Carter Boy 55 also gets back in to strut his stuff this evening as well. Yeah, this is a track that I've visited while the Formula One was on, and I can tell you now what a place to be in the Black Forest. And it is just outside, I would say, just outside Karlsruhe in Germany, Hockenheim. And what a fantastic track it is to be on. They've obviously shaped it differently due to certain FIA codes, and obviously it's changed quite a bit since the early days. When I say early days of Grand Prix there, but definitely is something to see. I mean, obviously we got an opportunity at that time to sort of look close into the pits. What a day it was some years ago when I actually went to the Hockenheim Grand Prix in Germany. We got a 3-day pass and it was fantastic, just absolutely incredible to be there. And you know, this just gives you, I think it took us 3 hours to get in and another 3 hours to get out. So that's how busy it was. People camp over the weekends just outside. There's a big forest area there and campsites, so a lot of people do that. And yeah, what an amazing track it is to go and watch the F1 Grand Prix. And at that time, I think it was about 60 euros for 3 days. So that's some time ago, 60 euros for 3 days. And it was the time of Michael Schumacher's brother, who I watched in those days in the Williams, BMW Williams. That's when I was there. So that's some time ago, guys. Giving a bit of my age away, but... And actually, as we're coming up on this particular corner, I'll show you exactly where I watched the Grand Prix from. It was actually just down the straight here, just underneath this marker, right about there, where we are now. And I can tell you now, what an exciting thing to watch. We walked down to this corner over here just to go and see how the guys were handling that corner there, and it was just incredible. And it's quite a way to walk around this track, but brilliant. I mean, there's the Mercedes-Benz podium that we're just passing there, so that's also quite a sight to see while you're there as well. And the advantage point at this corner, as you can see, almost on the main straight, hammer packed, and then obviously down to this section here. But they definitely know how to put on a Grand Prix in Germany. It was fantastic to watch. So that's the time done and dusted this evening. A bit of a spin out. Tires being burnt out by Jose. Hopefully he doesn't have to use those tires, because that's going to be an interesting one. If you'll see already how much wear goes down on these tires because of the compound. So yeah, it is going to be the start of race number 6 here on the South African Academy Online Racing. And it's going to be an event to watch, because it definitely is a good one. And as you can see, most of the guys already getting themselves out of the picture and setting themselves up for this race. We'll have a quick carryover on the top 3. As we look right now, Nor Raider, he got himself a 1:22.5 to 1, which put him on pole position for the German Grand Prix this evening. Nesmax came back with a 1:23.020. Lee van Rooyen just nosed in front of Jose, and he put a fantastic time up there as well. And 5th position, Duckster 14 in the Ferrari there, 1:24.215. Vina for real, 1:24.364. F1 Ronnie, very consistent in that McLaren. He's put on a 1:24.409. And then Ranger, he's put on in that 1:24, I think it was 565. So yeah, hopefully sunshine, and we're looking at now what it's all about, and hopefully there's sunshine for this race. I didn't see any indication from the drivers, and yes, it does look sunny, so everybody's a little bit happier than they were a couple of minutes ago. Absolutely fantastic. So good stuff now to see that obviously Carter Boy 45 and Carter Boy 55 have joined, the two brothers from the coastline joining us. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen tonight, this evening. Let's see how it all goes down. So I'm sure all the guys are happy to see the sunshine at the moment. You can see most of them got the super softs on. I'm just going to put on the indicator of where we are and what's actually taking place this evening. Just to make sure that we're all good seeing what's happening. Obviously I had put on some of the lap data. Telematics on, just to make sure. I think let me just do lap time as well, and there we go. That's much better, just to give us an indication. Giant Kint, I think that is what that is. Welcome, Giant Kint. I haven't seen you around before, but I'm sure given an invite to drive this evening, we'll check how it goes for you this evening. But yeah, all good. Narrator in. We've got 34 laps to do. And as you can see, closely followed by most of the individuals. Leaf and Royan's going to be up there as well. Reynolds in at the moment. A little bit of flashing and hashing there, but we'll see how it goes as we get ready for the German Grand Prix. We'll be watching the lights and then take off this evening. I'm just going to push us back a little bit. There are light position number 1, 3, 4, 5 lights on. Lights are off at the moment, and we are definitely going to see this race starting in a couple of seconds. Just to have a look, and away they go at the moment. You can see at the moment it is the Red Bull up in front. Race Point just behind him. It looks as though he's a bit slower there, but obviously going off the track at the moment. Vino for real. I don't know quite what happened there, but just going back, you can see at the moment there is a bit of a lag situation with Dux at the moment. And Duxter. So let's have a look what is going on there. I can see somebody dropping back, but as you can see that it is definitely the Red Bull that's leading this race at the moment. Lots of individuals looking to see where they're coming back. Ranger dropping down a number of positions, as well as Boucher dropping back as well. But Ronnie's gone up at the moment. He's gone up a position or two. You can see the guys really pushing some pace as we're coming down into this area just in front of the Mercedes grandstand. And you can see in Germany things hotting up. Leaf and Royan up as well. I'm just going to go back down here just to see where we are, because I see Duxter just in front of Ranger at the moment. So really some tight racing between these two guys. They're going to be fighting out. We're already on lap number 2. So this, as you know, is a very quick track in Hockenheim. And lots of things happening and going back and forth. You can see some close driving between Boucher and the two McLarens at the moment. That's E. Boucher and F1 Ronnie. They're going to be really having a bit of a thing there. But just going up a little bit forward there, I just saw there is the takeover maneuver of Leaf and Royan at the moment. He's just come through there. I just wanted to go back on with Nesmax at the moment. He's on the yellow compound, but I just want to make sure it is the yellow compound, because you never know when it comes to here we go. So he's definitely on the mediums at the moment. E. Boucher on the softs. So a lot of individuals hyping for that. I can see there are some Springbok gamers on the harder compound, on the hard compound, so he's going to be out a little bit longer than others at the moment. Strategy on the F1 game is definitely a lot more difficult than you can think of. I mean, strategy does play an important role in getting the guys up to speed here. So yeah, great A great combination on the car plus the compound. You can see he's going on the outside there, looking to see if he can come back. Nesmax. Oh, it looks as though it's a little bit bumpy for him as these two are coming around. I just want to see if we can push back on the camera there just to have a look at these two driving quite close together. Looks as though the Williams is a little bit jittery this evening, and that you can see is Vina for real. I mean, it is quite tough between these two guys here. Nor Raider well ahead. He's already up to 6 seconds ahead of this lot. So yeah, quite an interesting happenings going on between these guys at the moment. I've just sort of left that camera up there. Maybe what I should do is just take it off so you can see the individual lap times of the guys and where they are and what they'll be doing and putting themselves through this evening. All of the action taking place here on the South African Academy of Online Racing. Lots and lots of retirement already from Raptor V13. There we go. There's the overtake done by the Racing Point. Leaf and Roy are not able to hold on there. Well, he does. He comes back in a big way. Nesmax leaving that door open. Yellow flag out, so obviously an accident up front somewhere. So you can't pass under the yellow. You've got to be very careful when it comes to that. But they seem to be doing exceptionally well. 3 drivers now really coming in tight on one another. And let's go down to trackside on with Vino for real. You can see the actual pace that these guys are putting out. And obviously they're looking to see if they can get themselves across the line before one another. This trio has got the mediums on. So yeah, all good and well with these guys. There you can see Vino for real slightly slower than these two, but you can see right there, there is an overtake happening. He's gonna see if he can go through as well, but doesn't get through. As you can see, Leaf and Roy now looking to see if he can get past Nesmax. He's gonna line him up. As he goes off there, he's gonna try and take an insider, but I'm sure Vino for real is gonna look for that opportunity as well. Just a little bit on. You can see onto the curbs. Taking it tight, a little bit off there, but no issues. You can see that's quite quick as they're coming through. Some excellent racing taking place right in front of your very eyes when it comes to these drivers. As you can see now, Nesmax seems to have that breakaway instinct. And if he's got that breakaway instinct, it's going to take place round about now. See the pull away of both those cars. They're set up quite nicely with Leaf and Roy as well as Nesmax. You can see how tight that is. And maybe just a hop and a skip in front onto Leaf and Roy as he's looking for that opportunity to get by. He's going up the inside at the moment. Can he outbrake him down to the 50 mark at the moment? He's got the inside line. Definitely gives that opportunity to Leaf and Royan. He's now into second place. What does that mean for Nesmax now? Nesmax looking to see if he can get past that Jack and Jones pass. To hear that pull off the throttle just to get himself around that corner. Now he's going to dig deep to see if he can just get a little bit quicker around. You can see at the moment Nesmax is he up or down on this one? So he's about 0.08 of a second slower in that particular ground there. He's got to just concentrate and get himself up to where he wants to be. First sector with Nesmax at the moment. Raider already done 6 laps. There we go. Now it's the same corner. There we go. He's got him in the inside. He's got to go around him now. He's going to definitely go into that corner a little bit earlier. Braking, under braking, just going to Normac. Nor Raider at the moment. He's way ahead. Just enjoying this racing he is. He hasn't used any of the energy at the moment. He's just really just taking it easy, putting it in. He hasn't even got it on at the moment. Let's go back down to Leaf and Royan going quite quickly. You can see there's 3 of them all in a row here. Some really tight racing between these drivers. Vina for real, great view from his cockpit at the moment. Oh, slightly just lost it over braking there. There we go. DRS was activated there, so he had a lot of catch up to do there. Awesome drive, just a little bit of hot braking. That was a good move. Got himself into a good position on Leaf and Royan. And oh, does he go? He went for it. Managed to keep that back. So now this has pushed him down quite a bit. Very aggressive driving, and I mean, he thought the door was open, so pushed him into making that decision. Just having a look at Carter Boy at the moment. Has been away at the moment, believe racing with the guys from the Project Cars. Nice to have him back. Sarko. I think he was racing with the guys from Sarko. Big up. Oh, there we go. Just holds it nicely, keeps control of that car. And Carter Boy 55 looking to get himself right back in the game here. Nicely done. So Carter Boy 55 now. Ronnie looking to see if we can take him. And F1 Ronnie does. Let's see if he can hold on to it, because Carter Boy's looking to see where he's positioned himself. Just want to go back to these two here. So lap number 9, 11 seconds Nor Raider ahead now. Seems as though Nor likes this particular track. And here it goes now. So there we go, down into that aspect. Just having a look. Here's Springbok Gamer. He's down in 10th position at the moment. Last week, awful event for him. He basically joined, did the quali session, and then got kicked. So yeah, pretty upset with the evening's events. Couldn't get himself back in. So E. Boucher in this race. We got 2 guys out, did not finish. One in amazingly 0 laps. I'm pretty surprised about that. But then we got Giant second. He was out in lap number 4, unfortunately. Carter Boy, he's 45, he's in there. Looking to go, he's going to go the inside, a little bit of a touch there. He's got to watch himself, looking at the mirrors. So Carter Boy 45 in the Renault there, looking to see what he can do. With Hugh Boucher, who's plus minus 20 seconds back. Just going to go to the top guys to see how they're doing. Nor Raider well ahead in the Red Bull Honda. And why not? A little bit wide going there, but seems to be handling things quite nicely. Bit of a split now, 13 seconds behind is Nesmax. Just behind him, Lee van Rooyen. Then we've got Duckster. He's in the Ferrari this evening. And he's actually got some quick times coming through to catch up. Yeah, I would agree with you, Fricks. What about a full quali band if they do that, which is basically drivers are still retire while on the driving line. I mean, guys, we can't do that. And I can only agree. We don't want to do things like that. It just makes it very difficult for the guys to drive as well. So just a warning out there, we will be looking at that as well, just to make sure that doesn't happen again. Obviously, lots of individuals just checking it out as well. Yeah, so here we are, and it is on the South African online racing. It's race number 6 here in the German Grand Prix. Just watching out for what everybody else is doing. As you can see, a lot of individuals just watching what's going on. Hopefully, and that's a great job from Duckster 14. He's put himself into third position. As I said, 15 seconds between the race leader at the moment and this number driver 2, which is Nesmax 7 at the moment. You can see some of the racing, you can see the guys are really pushing all the limits on these vehicles this evening, and obviously trying to keep themselves on the between the black. And I can say now to you, lap number 14, so basically 20 laps of this race left, and who can do what this evening? We're down to 13 drivers from 15 drivers this evening. Yellow flag out in that particular area. It might be just a tire off there, but you can see Nesmax 16 seconds behind. And then we go down to Duckster 14. He's got quite a rally coming up behind him at the moment. Nice to see Vino for real. He's sort of caught up quite a bit as well. Vino for real, based in Natal. does a lot of the club racing as well, for midweek racing, as well as the Turbo and Bullets. So yeah, he seems to be doing himself proud in that 5th position. But I can tell you now, there we go, diving in is Leaf and Roy into the pits, which means that Vino for real goes through now, lap number 14. I mean, they've still got a number of laps going on, so doesn't mean it's all over at the moment. I'm sure these guys can see exactly where they want to be and go from there. All good and well. As you can see, 16 seconds, 14 laps on these mediums. And obviously we need to just check it out. Make sure the guys are driving sensibly. Just going back to F1 Ronnie. Also having a great season at the moment, even though for the name change from Boinkies to F1 Ronnie. I like the way he's done that. And I'll tell you what, he's doing actually the McLaren's pretty proud at the moment. His season's been pretty steady, pretty constant. And he's ensured that he's been up in the points a number of times. A little bit behind Vino for real, but that doesn't matter. And then obviously another individual based coast-wise is, and I think also in the Natal region as well, is Jose here. Stradazar. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I just know him as Jose. He's done. He's up into 4th now. Looks as though there's a Nesmax out on Ronnie's tail at the moment. I'm actually interested to see what's going to take place there. So let's go back up there. Let's take an out. You can see he's going to probably come down the straight here. As you can see, Race Point coming through, and a nice overtake from Nesmax at the moment, just coming through sweetly there and gliding past. No contact by either of the drivers, so that's great news for us there. As we know, F1 is a non-contact sport, and actually all racing is a non-contact sport, especially when it comes to the higher speed stuff. I know we got Wreckfest, which is pretty much destroy the car until the end, but this is very much around you know, no touching is good racing. So let's go back to F1 Ronnie. He's in the pits at the moment. Oh, he got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. That's no good. That's not normal for him at the moment. You can see nose cone is being changed there. He's put that car number 30, obviously, you can see they've got everything together. They're off there. Well done. Great pit stop there, considering the damage that was actually done to that car. And you can see now is Springbok Gamer, also a Natal driver as well, based out of Maritzburg, car number 21. He's done 16 laps on those hards. He's still got a long time to go. He's not going to slow down. He's just going to continue pumping away. He's moved up a spot since we last saw him. Then we've got Hugh Boucher. He's looking to do some justice in that F1 this evening. The McLaren F1. Carter Boy. As I mentioned, the Carter Boys were away a little bit down, but it looks as though he's out of that car as well. That's an interesting point there. I don't know why they are both. They're both coasting? No, they're not. Just want to check what they're doing. Multiple warnings given to. Oh, that's no good there. Car off the track at the moment. You can see dropping down horrifically now is Springbok Gamer. he's got to get himself back in line. He's just obviously lost a position there. Looks as though blue flag for Carter Boy 45. He's out. And also just in front of him is Hugh Boucher, also out at the moment. Don't know what's going on there. So just be aware, lap number 19. Those drivers are not in that car at the moment, and the best way to see that is just by seeing the car goes transparent, and then we know that they're not in the car at the moment at that point in time. Looks as though Vino for real off the track at the moment. Let's just have a look and see if he's coming back on. Yes, he is. Road Kits is obviously the sponsor. You can see they're just getting it straight there. Now he comes back because Ranger and Ronald are both in the pits at the moment. 3 laps on these hards, and I can tell you now that compound is pretty difficult to drive on, especially if the track is not warmed up, and that's all got to do with the temperatures that are running about at that point in time. Incredibly at the moment, this gentleman has been on the track now for 19 laps on these tires. You can see now they're starting to take the toll. Really, I think he's got to get himself into a position where he can actually change those tires. Nesmax 37 seconds behind him. So he's got all the time in the world. It's now, do I make a decision to go in and put on a fresh set of skins? So let's see if he does that. He's up to the 50 meters. He's really finding it quite difficult to keep control of that car at the moment. And he is using the curbs quite a bit, Norraider, this evening. And I can see his lap times are dropping away slightly. And yeah, wise decision from him. You can see how bad those tires were getting. 20 laps on mediums is not a good thing. I mean, basically 15 max and you'll be good. Tires off. They come on the hards. The harder compound put on here. He's got to watch himself anyway coming out of the pits now, because you can see there is definitely going to be a huge catch up from Nesmax. But I can tell you now, that was a stunning change there. Look at that. Look at that. 4 seconds to do that. That was unbelievable. So now, Norraider just has to keep himself in line. He's got lots of time. There we go, 18 seconds. So he did lose round about 20 odd plus seconds. And obviously that did cause a little bit of a eating into that lead, but I mean still, if we talk 20 seconds, it's a long way. Leaf and Royan up there at the moment. I just want to check. Yeah, that car is visible. There we go, Vina for real. He's coming up now. Ronnie in the McLaren. F1 Ronnie, just looking to see where he's going to be. Then we've got Jose. Tires have done 4 laps so far, so he's got plenty of lead in that pencil to get himself around. If you look at the moment, there's Ranger not being... Oh, that's a nice little bit of an indicator. what we can do is have a look who's actually taken the top spot on speed this evening. Stops are all two from Mac. I just want to have a look. Where did we go? Yeah, let's go. Individuals. Where are we? Fastest lap. And amazingly, Mac has done the fastest lap. I just wanted to check that. He's done a 1:15. He's done a 1:15. 8:12. Wow. So I knew, I mean, obviously you can see the difference between the wets and not. So Carter Boy in at the moment, having a look, just want to see there. Oh, there we go, Vina for real. Got a huge, the car's out at the moment. Safety car out. He's also got a drive-through penalty. Not what you want to be having during the safety car. I'm not too sure if actually he's in. Springbok Gamer now. What's going on? Lots of drama happening here at the German Grand Prix. Lots of individuals taking flack. That's the wise decision now to go into the pits. Tires changed. Done. Look at that. That horse took quite a bit of damage there. Gone for the mediums now. So basically 10 laps to go. Safety car still out. So this is going to bring all of the drivers up to pretty much a distance where an attack can be put into play. And why not? There they are, all lining up at the moment. When does this safety car go in? That's the big question. Safety car still out. Now they're all piling up against one another. Does the safety car go in? That's the question. Let's go on board with Raw Radio at the moment just to see what is the decision going forward now. Does that car go in or not? Remember, everybody ready to pounce. It hasn't gone in, so we've got another lap under the safety car. You can see this is where the DRS zone is. The Toro Rosso team. Obviously, Red Bull, Honda, Toro Rosso. Exciting stuff now. We've got approximately 9 laps left of this race. Norraider waiting for them to go back down and put this yellow or safety car. He's going to obviously just put himself into doing some wheel spinning now. Heating those tires away at the moment. So is that safety car going to go in now? Hopefully it does. We can get on the way with some racing. Now sounds as though clever move now from Norraider, because he knows they cannot overtake him at this point in time. They're in that position. There is the safety car in, and it's all bullets away now. You can see how close the driving is now. Just all of them looking to see if they can get an opportunity to come through and get themselves in a great position. Leaf and Royal now third on the podium. If he finishes in this current position, you can see he's looking to go through at the moment. Can he go back at this point in time? Looking, yes he does, he goes through. But does this mean that the race point driver Nesmax can get back? No, he cannot. So he's conceded that position now. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There you can see that distance now from Norraider. He's just put on a 1:15.362, which definitely puts him in. Now into the fastest lap. 2 seconds off the pace are these drivers. 3 seconds there. So those cars are a lot slower at the moment than they were originally. Just going to go back to Norraider. 27 laps done for him. Going through the driver roster at the moment. Some great driving from the guys. Both of the Carter boys up 5 positions. Springbok Gamer a lap down now, unfortunately. I don't know what happened there, but obviously lots of things to talk about at the moment. And let's go back up to this position here with Norraider at the moment, who's leading this race. You can see all the boards coming out, and there he puts on a 1:14.899. That's really a great drive from him there. And there we go. Springbok Gamer got a 3-second penalty at the moment. Multiple warnings. Race director unhappy with some of these guys this evening. They're driving, but I mean that's what it's all about. You know, they push the cars to the limits. See if they can get themselves up into that top spot. I wouldn't give up on that bit of rivalry between the Race Point driver and the Haas driver at the moment, because I can tell you now it's going to be right to the end on this one. 2 laps to go before they reach lap number 30. Actually, it's now 1 lap to go, and then it's 5 laps till the end of this race. So nice job from them there. So I'm just going to leave you with a bit of action while we're carrying on. You can see how close this driving is. Maybe let's go down to Duckster at the moment, just to see where he is in this Ferrari. Looking right up Nesmax at the moment. I can see he's pushing as hard as he can to get himself into a position to attack Nesmax. So I'll leave you on board with them for a couple of minutes. Let's have a look what happens. Oh, really going for that braking point. Missed it totally there. Right, 4 laps to go. Leader way out in front there, 5 seconds out in front. Fastest lap done by Nor Raider at that 1 minute 14.899. Seems like a good one at this point in time. We got 4 stops for one individual there, so that didn't go too well for them. Back out with the boys now at the moment. You can see that Ferrari looking to get past. Maybe what we can do is just go on board with him again, because this is the battle for 3rd on the podium this evening. Great drive happening. There we see it. It's Duckster going past into that 3rd position now. Where is Nesmax going to find himself coming from? There we are, on board with Norrada at the moment. He's just put on a brilliant time of 1:14.841. Done 9 laps on those mediums. Nevertheless, to say, here we go with Leif and Royan, and just having a clear indication of where he is on the track in that horse. And there's Duckster right behind him, in looking to see if he can get that position back and come up to second on the podium this evening. Nesmax dropping down into 4th position. He's got to watch himself. Vino for real, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings going on. The race director's having a field day with these drivers this evening. So 3 drivers out. Hugh Boucher unfortunately out in lap number 13. And then Giant Kunt, he's out, was lap number 4 on those hards. And then Raptor also out at the moment. He's going back to Duckster, looking to see if he can get himself in that position. And there's Nesmax also looking to see where he can put himself this evening. Quite close racing between these 3 drivers. Just want to go up the grid a little bit just to our current position. Number 1 at the moment. Does he win this Grand Prix? He's on lap number 34 now. So this is his final lap on this track for this season, season 7 of the South African Academy Online Racing. And he seems to be having a breeze at the moment, just taking it easy. He's got the quickest time at the moment, that 1:14.841. As he's coming around, just holding it nice and tight, finishing up this lap. Let's just go on the outside just to see where he is. Just want to push it back because there is some really close racing here. Duckster looking to see if he can get himself into a position. It's going to be right down to the wire between these guys now. Just going to go back. Was that move too early? And you can see how close all 3 of these drivers are from one another. Let's go back now just to watch as he takes the German Grand Prix there. He takes the checkers flag. And let's go back to Leif and Royan. He's in 2nd position this evening. I'm sure he's going to be ecstatic with that drive. As well as Duckster. Here comes Nesmax. But Nesmax comfortably goes up because of the penalties that were taking place now. Jose comes into 4th now, and that's why it's so important that you've got to watch your driving. As you can see there, Nesmax pulled off. I think he knew already that there was a lot of penalties coming through, and as you can see, most of the drivers now finishing off their race. And well done, absolutely fantastic drive from these guys. You can see there, guys just coming through there, having a look. F1 Ronnie coming through as well, finishing off his race at the moment. Well driven by these drivers this evening. They've done an excellent job. As we watch the last driver coming through, he's just having a bit of a wheel there, and he comes in. And I don't know if he's actually going to... He's 11th this evening. So interesting to watch that now as you see the guys just going through. So let's have a look now. As we can see, on top of the podium is Norrada. He's done himself an excellent job there, taking the trophy in Germany. And right there on the podium with him is Nesmax 7, as well as Jose in the Renault. Well driven. Actually, it's the Haas driver. Not, I thought it for a second there, I thought it was. But let's see what the final results were. for everybody at that point in time. I wasn't too sure who that was. Let's see if we can get ourselves into the position. There we go. So it was Lee van Rooyen who took that position, third overall. There was a slight indication that I thought that it was definitely Jose who went up there, but that was great driving by all. I know there's going to be some probably some footage thrown at the stewards, so we'll have a look at that and obviously give you an indication next time. Guys, thank you for watching. It's always great to have you on board with us here on the South African Academy Online Racing. We will see you definitely next time here on the South African Academy Online Racing. Everything happening next week, Monday, 8 o'clock, same time, same place, where we take on our next challenge here on the South African Academy Online Racing. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time.